Hi, my name's Ali Scarlett. I hope you're doing as tremendously as possible. I want to talk about Mark Alder, who lives just north of Salt Lake City, Utah, or at least did. Couple things with this individual. So he was a local LDS church leader, and then he also was what's called a mission president, which is higher. But so he was a bishop, which is like a pastor, and he asked me a question. He asked me if I keep the law of chastity, and I said yes, I did. And I was about like 12, and then so this was not a question on that the LDS Church wanted him to ask me to get what's called a temple recommend to be able to go into the LDS temple. But then he said, "Do you masturbate?" And I was like, he's like, "Do you know what that is?" After he asked, "Do you masturbate?" I said, "No." He said, "Ask your parents about it." So, and I do need to say another one after this, but an issue with him. But one, I don't know why he asked. The church itself didn't have him asking that. Two, if the answer was going to be no, and it very well is, I'm 12 years old living in a purity culture. A culture that he knows. He wouldn't call it a purity, but he knows what the culture is. He knows. So two, I probably wouldn't know. So if I need to ask my parents about it, why would he tell me? But the bigger issue is he shouldn't have done that. That's very inappropriate of him. So then the other one is 2016, March of 2016. Mark Alder comes. He's now like the level above a bishop for the LDS Church. He comes in and he says a prayer, which is fine. And he said my name wrong, which is crazy because he was like my pastor, if you will, for a handful of years. And I'm like, dude, you don't even... So what, you just have like a corporate approach to this? And it just makes me concerned that like the board that he had in his bishop's office was just to impress people. Because it was a board with the youth members, like the 12 to 18-year-olds, 12 to 17-year-olds in the congregation, the ward. But now I'm concerned he just did it for show, to look like he cared about him, because how he didn't know my name after I'd been in his stewardship for a handful of years, and was still in his stewardship actually. Just, it was like a pastor and him. And pastors are more immediate, but he was the pastor. So, blows my mind. Bonus, can't hold this one against him, but because it was on the, so I'll save. I'll do another video about that one. I wanted to write about it. I first started writing about it in the late 2010s, so it'd be good to just talk about it. Thanks for watching.